we're blessed here in Santa Monica that we're actually not only renovating them, but opening new libraries. And I think it's great for kids, families, as you see here, coming back and to be able to enjoy the learning environment.
This specific library went through some major renovations in the past year, renovations including upgraded lighting, paint, carpet, new HVAC system, things that maybe the public might not necessarily see but will be able to feel when they step in. In addition to that, we have kind of a re-envisioned adult area we've changed where the computers are, we've got all new shelving, and also some upgrades to our youth area. Here where we're standing right now is our new early literacy area, and we've really opened it up, increased the amount of shelving and the amount of books that we can fit here, as well as seating for families to sit.
Santa Monica is very dedicated to the concept of equity. It's really part of our DNA, the idea that no matter what background you come from, no matter what your income is, we're an inclusive community. We leave no one behind, that we provide opportunities for everyone. And that's what the public part of a public library is. It is who we are. We are the public. And there are things that are valuable that belong to us as a community that aren't just about the individual pursuit of happiness, but about the community pursuit of happiness and well-being. That's what this institution is about. It's not just 5 buildings and the collections housed in them. It is the people who come here, the children, as Mayor Vasquez mentioned, how it changes people's lives to come here. And again, not just the materials, but our incredibly talented and conscientious and dedicated staff. They are what makes these libraries so wonderful. They are who are dedicated to serving the public. So let me recognize fondly and with a sense of bittersweet admiration and affection our departing but extraordinarily dynamic librarian, Maria Carpenter. Since coming to Santa Monica, she has been a whirlwind of energy and enthusiasm. She has mentored a young staff of leadership. She's opened up, as Mayor Vasquez mentioned, a brand new library to serve our community for future generations. She initiated a strategic planning effort. She's put new energy into creating a public library foundation. She's worked with our library board. She has been an innovator. We now have a library at the beach, a library without walls. She's inspired and energized not only the people who work for the library, but the people who care deeply about the library, worked with the friends, worked with all of the people who care passionately about learning in our community. And she's co-led one of the council's strategic goals, which is to learn and thrive, the whole idea that this is a community where everyone would have an opportunity to learn and thrive. We cannot replace her, but we are looking for someone to succeed her. And in the meantime, our extraordinarily able assistant library director, Erica Cayugan, who's standing in the back, she will be providing interim leadership, and I want to emphasize leadership. Erica is not the sort of person who keeps the seat warm. Erica will be a real leader and will continue the momentum and the implementation of the library's strategic plan. Let me just touch on 2 more things and then turn it back over to the mayor. The first is the library, in fact all of our libraries, are giving this book out to students at Santa Monica High School who sign up for the summer reading program. They're giving it out for free in partnership with the Kiwanis Club. It is a book called How It Went Down. I haven't read it, but I'm going to take it home and read it myself. Because here's how it's described on the back. When 16-year-old Tariq Johnson dies from 2 gunshot wounds, his community is thrown into an uproar. Tariq was black, the shooter, Jack Franklin, is white. Nothing could be more timely about what is going on, not just in our country, but in our world. We have come to a time when life, the price of life is under question, and a time when we want all lives to matter. We are seeing people dying in Syria, dying in France, dying in our own streets, being assassinated, and we recoil from that. And how are we not only going to understand it, but how are we going to change it? The power of ideas, the power of an energized and informed public, that is how we are going to reclaim peace in our communities, in our streets, and in our world. So this is a very powerful, very timely book, and the fact that the Santa Monica High School has asked all of their students to read this book over the summer, and the fact that our library and our Kiwanis Club are joining together to make sure that every kid has a copy of it, is really an extraordinary example of what I mean by the public library. Finally, this renovation is part of why Santa Monica is so remarkably special. The mayor's theme during his tenure of office has been, let's get things done. And this is one of the many things that we've gotten done. We opened Expo, and ridership on the Expo line is up 50% during the weekdays, 60% on Saturday, 120% on Sunday. It's just an amazing success story. We opened up the Esplanade, which connects the 4th Street station to our iconic pier and the beach. We passed a balanced budget in which we're putting more investment into public safety, more investment into helping get homeless people off our streets and get them to the services they need. We're doing an enormous number of things, but this is indicative of how what the city is doing is designed to benefit our public. This library was great, but now it's even greater. This library has new lighting, more efficient energy, better climate control, more efficient technology, a nicer area for students and the public to enjoy, better equipment for our staff, easier for people to check out books. That's the kind of investment that the City of Santa Monica, that you all are responsible for. The public is alive and well in Santa Monica, and the public library is alive and well in Santa Monica because of the public in Santa Monica. So thank you very much for being part of that investment.
Thank you, City Manager. And as I'm looking around, I see more and more new faces coming in. And I guess I should officially welcome everybody back to the Fairview branch. And in listening to, I guess, our City TV folks as they air this as well. For those that are listening, welcome to this great Fairview branch. And I hope there'll be more and more exciting things happening inside this library. And as I look around also, I see, actually look at the young coming here as well. We're actually sitting, like I said, in Sunset Park, the Friends of Sunset Park. I see Kathy Knight here, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, do you see Ellen Mark? I don't see her here, is she? Ellen? Oh, there she is. I wanted to recognize her specifically because she was actually a board member back in the day for Friends of Sunset Park and worked out of this branch. And this was, I guess, during the 2003 renovation that this thing went through. She literally sacrificed her body, I guess I should say, getting into this costume when they were raising money brick by brick when they were doing the pavers. And I just wanted to especially acknowledge her, and we should all thank her for her hard work. And now I'd like to bring up our branch manager for this branch and have her say a few words to Ashley Kagan.
Thank you, Mayor Vasquez. Aloha. Aloha. My name is Ashley Kagan, and I am the branch manager here at Fairview Branch Library. I came here to work at Santa Monica Public Library fairly recently, actually in the last 2 months, and I have spent the last 7 years working with the Palos Verdes Library District and focusing on community programming and outreach. As a professional, I'm really interested in the role that libraries can play in building communities, such as the one we have here in the city of Santa Monica with the Fairview Branch Library. While beautiful, Fairview's most recent transformation is one in the line of many since its start in 1931. The branch was named for the Fairview Heights neighborhood and was first located in a storefront that was only 15 feet wide. By 1942, it was clear that this neighborhood needed a bigger library, and the Santa Monica Public Library put into work an effort to start building a new library for this community. The second location was opened on July 13th, 1942, and it was on Pico Boulevard. An interesting fact, the librarian at that time, Nellie Sullivan, instituted something that she only read about, which is preschool story times. And these are a staple in libraries everywhere now. At that time, though, this service was the first of its kind on the West Coast. So that's kind of amazing that Santa Monica has a history of innovation. By the 1950s, the Fairview Library needed to grow again because of community need. And this was because the population of the southeastern area of Santa Monica had grown because of the aircraft or the defense industry boom during the war years. And then the community grew again when servicemen came home from the war and they wanted to start families. So the third library was built in 1952. And it was located at this present location on Ocean Park Boulevard. And this library was designed by Weldon Fulton, and it has a really classic mid-century modern design. And in the renovation, we've really worked to retain this. We didn't want to disrupt this too much. Today, our excellent new Fairview Branch Library is extremely well poised to forward the goals of Santa Monica Public Library. It will be a vibrant learning center through its story times in both English and Spanish for young learners. It will have literacy instruction opportunities for adults, and there will be workshops for teens to learn computer programming with the Raspberry Pi technology. And we hope that you all find that Fairview is a place to come to, be at, and rely on.
Library is much more than a building with books. Library is a gathering place. Families come here and they head off into different sections and enjoy the time. We have lots of activities in our libraries. It's a safe place for kids to study. It's a safe place for people who are looking for just a quiet interlude, a place to relax and to rest and to read, to discover some new books and to discover some new materials. So the library is much more than a place. It's really part of our community.